Well, welcome back to another game. And a reminder, this series we're trying to play games, what is B6? As frequently as possible, with the hopes that we'll end up playing against Gotham Chess at the end. As of yet, I haven't had any message for him to invite me to a game, so we keep grinding it out. And our rating's up to about 2250. What is this? A double fianchetto. So one thing I might go for is this kind of setup, which would involve putting a bishop here. And if the knight comes out, I think I'll play f3. Opponent's obviously quite a strong player. They're 2200, and they play this weird, 15,000 games, all in rapid inspiration. I thought I've played a lot and I'm approaching like 200. So yeah, this guy's got some serious games under his belt, and they probably play like b6, g6 against everything, white and black. But we're getting them to think, which is interesting. Okay, so they do just develop normally. I think this bishop wants to go here, or does it want to go? Usually I put it here, but maybe it wants to sit here. I wonder if it could just be used as to just get kicked away. So I think I'm going to sit with it there. You could play f5. Opponent says good luck to me, and if you end up watching on YouTube, then hello. Thank you for coming back to watch your game where you may well smoke me. So, given that we play this setup of fianchettoing your kingside bishop in the kind of modern King's Indian style bits, I know that if you want to attack it, you can play like f3, g4, h4, h5, and the kind of common setup for black is to have a pawn on c6 and then start pushing your pawns this way. So maybe they're playing for c5. We shall see. Maybe also bishop here might be a move. Then knight would go there. I don't know. Like I say, if we ever see knight here, I'm going to play f3. Maybe they're playing for e5. e5, maybe playing knight e2. Yeah, because again in the King's Indian structures you want to play, I think you want to play for e5, that's usually the way to go. Maybe on e5 we play d5, but then maybe on c6 we do there. Just let the tension happen. This push, maybe then they play f5 and try and hit me there, then there, then there. I don't know. I do not know. Well, they're having a think. I've used technically 8 seconds. I started at 15 minutes down to 8, but obviously you get 10 seconds a move, 6 moves, so that's a minute. But yeah, like I said before, I think one of the ways we've got up to 2200 has been time management, and it's something I could do with a bit better in my over the board games. If I'm prepped over the board, I can kind of blast out the opening, and then I'll often have a move or two that I'll sit there for 20 minutes, and then I almost always end up less than 5 minutes on my clock in every game. But it's having a big think here. So yeah, we should be using this time more wisely than just sat here talking nonsense. So e5, okay, e6. Probably to meet my kind of pawn storm idea. So let's just bring this knight here. It might transpose into like a hippo, right? You could play a6. I can't remember where the knights live. Do you play like this? Is this hippo-esque? Yeah, okay. Let's castle. What do we need to castle? How to break down the hippo. We want to try and trade some pawns off. Maybe we go here, 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 here. Yeah, I kind of like here. I imagine they'll close it. If I push takes, I drop the pawn there. So maybe I castle. And let's castle queenside, hey. Move our king over to b1, this is funny. I don't think we've ever played a hedgehog hippo. Is it a hedgehog? I don't know. And it always makes you get immediately angry, right? Whenever someone plays this against you, you're like, oh, I must immediately throw pawns at them for them daring to play. Okay. And this, yeah, this knight then typically comes here. So, yeah, what about this? I might just move my king over a square. Right, they're not doing anything. I'm in no rush. So this h6 pawn is a bit of a weakness. So yeah, if I play h4, h5, then in comes g5. If I play f4, okay, they do strike out. I thought this was to take it, right? Takes. Then we get check, which will be good. So no takes, you take that way. I think I'll pick up a pawn here, do I not? Do you insert this? No, because I take and then I'm on your rook. So if I go check here, then this pawn is very weak. Unless I'm missing something. How can you defend that pawn? I've got a queen and a rook behind it. I'm just going to play quickly again. And this pawn's defended by the knight, and even if you take it, it gets replaced with another knight. So I think this, yeah, just led to a pawn almost any way that they played it. Maybe taking back was not the answer. Maybe here they have to play something else. But that leads indirectly to a pawn sacrifice anyway, because I can gobble the second pawn. Yeah, so idea being I've moved the bishop to attack this d6 pawn, and you can't block the check and defend the pawn with another piece. Something is coming here, or knight's going there. And on most of those, wow. So most of this means I'm going to take the pawn, but even that I'm just going to take the pawn. Am I missing something? Could get takes, but if you come after me, I've got close to mate. This feels really good. King not castled, kind of a decimated centre. The only thing you would say is that it's obviously quite open on the queen side of the board when my king is castled, but I'm relatively safe. Like this bishop's a pretty decent piece. The two bishops for them are pretty good. Okay, we traded queens, which should negate the threat of getting mated. Now this is obviously quite a strong idea. This here is difficult to protect. How do you protect that pawn? Do you protect that pawn? Can you protect that pawn? So check, king's forced there. Takes, king takes, and we pick up a second pawn. Attack the knight. It's got to be that, right? Let's just pause. And this is obviously really strong, so it takes like this line, attacks the knight. I can drop it back, exchange dark square bishops, and be totally kicking in this position. I'm also wondering maybe you can take the pawn. But no, I don't think so. I think that's a bit too much. So we're going to go for this. And we'll pick up here. And say, what a lovely position. Up 2 pawns, this rook's pretty useless. I'm attacking your knight, and you can't really stop me from going here. So takes. I suppose you can go knight takes there, can't you? I can play this, but I think this is pretty good. Or do I just take control of the file? Probably taking control of the file has got to be more beneficial. And if this, this. With this, maybe then chop the knight. Yeah, and get infiltrated. Yeah, I like rook here. Need to be a bit careful of my back rank, but this feels good. I think this feels good. I'd rather be 2 pawns up than 2 pawns down. Like this incoming. What do I want the pawn structure to look like this? Even if I play this, you still can't take because I still have g3 because the knight defends it. So yeah, I like the idea of this to defend my e4 pawn, or kind of overprotect my e4 pawn is probably a more accurate way of saying it. Yeah, so the threat is either I can like take and then play rook there, or if I go rook there immediately. If I could make slow improving moves, I mean it's not a position for slow improving moves, I would give my king some space and I would use the a pawn so that their a pawn doesn't come down. So I'm going to go takes, take, sorry, I'm going to go take, so they're going to take with the knight. I'm going to go here, attack the bishop, and pick up another pawn. You can't take with that because your knight hangs. Now I just go here. And then what, you play your rook over? No, I can take it, there's no pack rank. So I can go here. Pick up another pawn. Well, okay, so the double check is like, what if they go here? Do I want to pick this up? Do I have a way back? They get control of the file. No. Yeah, I'm getting into this. Just need to maintain focus. Oh, okay, that's a nice move. I've got these 2 moves. Yeah, is that not game over? Which one's better? I think this is preferable. Attacks the knight. Oh, but then you've got this. You don't, because I take. You take, I take. Yeah, so yeah, this should be game over. I want a piece here. That attacks the knight twice. If you move the knight, your bishop hangs. If you defend the knight, I trade it and I pick up the bishop. Yeah, even here, right, takes. If bishop takes, I take. If rook takes, I take there. I give away infiltration, but even then I can go. Yeah, so this just wins, I believe. I think that was also good enough. So up 2 pawns, and I think this wins a piece. I don't see how you recover from this. So I can just take it, and then nothing's defending the bishop. You don't have time to play this because I can take the check. So rook takes, I take your bishop. Okay, I take your bishop. Now you resign. Your rook's pass it, yeah. Smooth. Felt pretty smooth, no? Let's have a look. It was a weird setup game, really, wasn't it? With b6 and g6. So we play principal take the centre. Okay, it likes h4 immediately. Of course it does. Just played this sensible setup. This is +1. King over. So this is calm. This is +1. Yeah, this felt like a mistake. Okay, I can go bishop check first. Whoops. Why can you take with this pawn? I'll go check again. Yeah, okay. And the difference is if I go check here first and you go knight there. Oh, I pushed the pawn. Okay, so I got my move order wrong there. They took the wrong way though, and I get a check. Pick up the pawn. Wow, this is +4. Yeah, +3.5. Takes. Bishop out. So help myself to a second pawn. Attacks the knight. Yeah, it's just kind of like spiraled, right? It was then threatening your mates. You have to move your bishop, and then I do that, and I pick up the pawn. And when I pick up the pawn, I attack your knight. And here I get control of the file, and I'm threatening to go down to the 7th. +4. Takes, get control of the 7th. Yes, this is +4. You bring your knight back and you lose the knight. +5. Here if bishop takes. This is only +5.6. What am I up here? A knight and 2 pawns. Yeah, maybe +5, +6 feels good. Well, anyway, good game. Thanks for watching.